So I often get asked, is salt better than chlorine? What's the difference between a chlorine pool or a salt pool? Let's take a look. Some people might have what they call a chlorine pool that has a drum of liquid chlorine that's dosed into the pool from a doser. This turns the pump on and off and feeds chlorine through a tube. Or you might pour chlorine into the pool. Some might use a granular chlorine or what's called pool shock, or you might use chlorine tablets in a floating tablet dispenser. Those people who have a salt pool put pool salt into the pool to make chlorine. You can see on the back it does say to pour it evenly around the pool, you can brush it in, and others say don't put it in the skimmer box. Salt pools have a chlorinator with an electrode cell that converts this salt into chlorine. There's a lot of confusion between the chlorine you can get from liquid chlorine or granular chlorine or tablets, or the chlorine that you can get from pool salt if you've got a chlorinator. Now my background is as a pool technician but also a chemist. Is it the same chlorine? Is it different? Let's find out. Liquid chlorine is sodium hypochlorite. Granular chlorines can be calcium hypochlorite or cal hypo, and stabilised chlorines are sodium dichloroisocyanurate. But they all have chlorine. Pool salt is just like the salt you cook with. Chlorinators use electricity in an electrode cell to split the salt into hypochlorite ions. So salt pools are chlorine pools. As you can see, all of these products produce the hypochlorite ion. Now the downside of liquid chlorine pools is when the drum runs out, there's no more chlorine can be added to the pool. You also need to service the squeeze tubes, clean the probes and calibrate regularly. Whereas with salt-based pools, as long as there's plenty of salt, the chlorinator will turn this into chlorine while ever the equipment's running. If this was helpful, give us a thumbs up or questions in the comments.